All right, Shalom, we're the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of America, to wake up the 12 tribes of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and Speckled Bird. Get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and come back in order under the ordinances of the Bible. All right? First and foremost, and as always, all praise is due to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim HaKadosh. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them, that taught us his truth. And shalom, the salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word, the truth and the sincerity of the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, so yesterday, all right, as it were, a little more information that was new to me came out, so that's what I'm going to speak on right now. Okay, because the plot thickens. All right, and what is the plot? Somebody is plotting against the men of the Lord. All right, and specifically from the elder apostle Tahar on down. All right, the men of GMS and the men that hold the doctrine of GMS. All right, they are the problem, according to these devils. These devils are watching us with a Hubble Space Telescope size magnifying glass, which is really weird because you got the Webb telescope and you got the Hubble telescope. And if you know who Webb Hubble is, that's Chelsea Clinton's father. Well, inside joke. All right, so anyway, all roads lead to Idumea, Rome. Okay, the Roman Idumeans, including Mark Reiser or Reiser, and you must be wiser than Reiser the serpent. Wiser than a serpent named Reiser. Okay? Because he is part, right, of the plot. John Mark Reiser is a very big part of this devil's plot to take down the true men of the Lord. Okay? This guy, Alex Jones, what's this motherfucker's name? Salaki, we're going to look it up. We're going to take our time today and just put this whole thing together. What's the comedian's name? Let's see, Alex. See, when Hicks, Bill Hicks, when you go way back, see, people only know Alex Jones, let's say in the last 10 years. If you came into this truth pre-2010, remember 2012, where the world was supposed to end and all of that? Some people in this truth can say, you remember 1999 when the world was supposed to end in the year 2000? Some people could say that, because that was a landmark year or whatever. All right. Prince had a song called 1999. The world was supposed to end in 1999 and 2000. The year 2000, what was that? What was that thing with the clock? Y2K. Remember that? Okay. Well, I wasn't in the truth then. I came in 8 years later. Okay. I started searching. I got a divorce in '07. And while I was going through that whole cycle, I was like, there's got to be more. I was like 43 years old in '07. I was like, there's got to be more to life. I want to know the truth. So I actively started. I didn't see a camp and click on the page. I actively started searching for the truth because of where I was going through my divorce. Right after 15 years. All right. Some niggas can't be in a relationship for 5 years. After 15 years of marriage, 16 probably, I was going through a divorce and I was like, there's got to be more going on out there. Because I was embarking on a new chapter in my life. And I'm like, let me look. So I actively started searching, and the thing that guided me into eventually, which would be GMS doctrine, was the fact that I knew that Yahushua was black. Now then I was saying Jesus is black. Jesus is black. Okay, you have to follow Jesus is black. That was what was calling. Okay, so I started looking for Jesus is black because I knew that that was the truth. And eventually, I believe I came upon IUIC and then a few other different camps that would start giving you these breakdowns, and then right when they would get to the part of the breakdown, they would stop. They'd stop the film and say, for $10, we'll give you this breakdown. And I was like, something ain't right about that. Something ain't right. I saw IUIC, I saw ISUPK, I saw a few different camps. The only one that wasn't selling the word, if you will, were filthy lucre. I came upon GMS and they, one breakdown after another, I'm like, this is it. This is it. So this is how I came into the truth, okay? I didn't walk by a camp. A video didn't jump out at me or come into my feed. I went looking for the truth. And the Spirit led me to GMS. In like February or March 2008. Okay, very clear on it. All right. And during that time, okay, of course everybody was, I mean, if you were searching for truth and stuff like that, naturally you're going to run into who? Alex Jones. The cunt, the biggest conspiracy theorist. All right? He was around back then, right? And then, okay, what's this guy? Behold a Pale Horse. Bill Cooper. All right? Bill Cooper was the real Alex Jones. Okay? Alex Jones was placed in lieu of. He was put in the place of Alex Jones when they killed Bill Cooper. Okay? This is the chronology. All right? We're going to slow walk this thing. So here I am. I'm coming into the truth. And when you come into the truth, right, you got whatever demons on you, whatever, and you believe all sorts of things, right, until you start learning, and then these things, you believe that the sons of God came down and mated with women. These angels came down, and there's John. You believe all of that shit because you haven't been taught the truth. So you still got a million lies and demons on you, and you're slowly, purging yourself of these Jewish fables, if you will. So, Bill Hicks, right? And I mean, this is a conspiracy theory, if you will, that Bill Hicks character was killed off, and he became the biggest conspiracy theorist of them all, Alex Jones. That's a conspiracy. Okay? But here's what is not a conspiracy. That Bill Cooper, behold a pale horse, right? See, because the elder apostles, who were the elders back then, they used to bring that up all the time. Bill Cooper, behold a pale horse. These are some of the things, right? Some of the early teachings going back to 08, and for some brothers, 07, 6 months earlier. Okay? Because we all came in right around that time. All right? And these are just the facts. So, you're familiar with this Alex Jones guy, and part of that familiarity is knowing that this comedian named Bill Hicks, right, died, disappeared, if you will, and then up pops this guy, Alex Jones. All right? Now, before Bill Cooper died or was killed, was put down because he was the guy. First of all, he wrote the book. He wrote Behold a Pale Horse. Okay? And let's get a scripture real quick. We're going to get a precept real quick. Salakia. I'll say it that way. This is Sirach 5 and 15. Because you have to examine all things. You have to look at everything. And then have discernment. Sirach 5 and 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. Okay? So you got to look at it all. All right? I had to get a precept in there because, that's how you do it. All right, so back to Bill Cooper. Apparently, Bill Cooper, they sent, just like they sent, and this is, it's a precursor, if you will. They sent Bill Hicks. Wow, they both got the same name. Bill Hicks, Bill Cooper. Bill Hicks, I believe, is Alex Jones. They sent Alex Jones after Bill Cooper, the guy that wrote Behold a Pale Horse. That's when this overthrow started, okay? And the overthrow right now involves Alex Jones, Bill Hicks. With the information that I found out yesterday. Now we have to go through the whole story, okay? Because we're being not ignorant of a large matter or a small. Okay? So, they sent Alex Jones after Bill Cooper, Behold a Pale Horse, and they had some interviews. Alex Jones was doing exactly what Vocab Malone is doing right now. Just like they sent Vocab after us, they sent Alex Jones after Bill Cooper right before they killed him. Okay? Now, in order to go back that far and put this thing together, you kind of had to be there. And the elder bishops go back way before me. The elder apostles go back way before me. I'm not exalting myself in any fashion. Just saying, for some brothers that, maybe don't go back that far. See, because the whole Bill Hicks, I had to look it up, right? But there's a comedian called Bill Hicks. Type that in and go watch a video of Bill Hicks. Listen to his voice, right? That very well could be Alex Jones, okay? Because Alex Jones kind of came out of nowhere, and he went straight after Bill Cooper. But Bill Cooper did a couple of interviews with him, and then he realized, just like Vocab Malone, guess what, Alex Jones? You're a fucking shill for the government. And Bill Cooper called it out before they killed him. They got videos of Bill Cooper calling out Alex Jones. A brother posted it, I believe, the other day. It was, I think it was Custos. He posted Alex Jones will kill himself soon, something like that. And there was a clip, the Bill Cooper clip, of Bill Cooper outing Alex Jones. Who is Bill Hicks? Are we confused yet? So Bill Cooper said Alex Jones is a shill. Look up the word shill. He's working for the government. He's not who he says he is. Right? He was sent to discredit me, Bill Cooper. All right? Just like Vocab was sent to discredit the elder apostles on down, because they are the problem. We are the problem. We, that the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem HaKadosh is on, and are out here pushing this word relentlessly, we are their problem. All right? Salakia, bear with me, because the story is elongated. All right, Salakia. So, Lord willing, tomorrow I'll go back. I'll get some footage of Bill Hicks. I'll get some footage of Bill Cooper, and try to show you in a video form how this thing gets to where we're at right now. Now, where am I going with this? Bill Hicks, who is Alex Jones, is integral to this whole takedown. He took down Bill Cooper. He became the new Bill Cooper, if you understand what's going on. Alex Jones became, because what they wanted to do They wanted to discredit Bill Cooper. How do you do that? By making him into a conspiracy theorist. Oh, behold, a pale horse is not real, and the whole thing. Okay? Because he came out with that book, and it got a lot of people, right? And it was real. That book was real, and I believe they even had to, they printed a bunch of them, then they redacted. After like a couple of prints runs, they had to redact a whole bunch of factual truth out of it. It was so real. All right, so they had to discredit him. How did they do it? They just like vocab, just like they sent vocab to discredit us, they sent AJ, Bill Hicks AJ, to discredit William Cooper is his name. We'll call Cooper, we'll call him William, we'll call AJ Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks is Alex Jones. All right? He was set up. He was set up to take down and discredit Bill Cooper by being a conspiracy and trying to make it look like William Cooper was a cunt. Okay? How do you do that? By putting them together in the interview and then fast and see AJ, right? Alex Bones dominates the conversation. He'll just interrupt you and start talking, over talking. He's got a good technique, right? Just like telling jokes, it's about timing and dominating the conversation, cutting people off. He's real good at what he does, right? Going way back, all right? And so, before William Cooper was put to death, okay, he outed Alex Jones as being a shill. And after he was put to death, Alex Jones took his place. Not with facts, right? Some facts, many lies, okay? Controlling the narrative. He became the guy. InfoWars. All of that. Okay? Now, for me, this is about '08. I'm learning all this stuff and putting it together, right? I believe Sandy Hook was like 2012 or 2013. Let's find out. Okay? Because Alex came way up. He came way up. Let's see. In that time, between '08 and when Sandy Hook actually took place, let's find out when. It's either 2012 or 2013. December 14th, 2012. Okay? Which is basically 2013. A few days change, okay? So, let's call it 2013. All right? Because at the very end of 2012. So, from '08 to 2013, about 5 years. Give or take some days, okay? Alex Jones grew huge in that 5 years. It's a little InfoWars. So by the time he got to, let's find out when Bill Cooper died, or William Cooper. See, because all of this is relevant. William Cooper, behold. Milton William Cooper. Let's see. Died 2001. Okay, so for him to say, for Milton William Cooper to say that to have footage of William Cooper saying that AJ was a shill, he had to have said it. You know what? And I'm going to tell you what else William Cooper did. Milton William Cooper. He predicted 9/11. So this guy was dangerous to the powers that be. He predicted 9/11, and when it happened, he was like, I told you. So they had to send Alex after him. And I believe it was just before he died that he outed Alex. When? November 5th, 2001. When did the Twin Towers come down? Everybody knows. September 11th, 2001. September, October, November. 2 months. They killed this man 2 months after 9/11. They had to. Because he was the real information guy, which Alex Jones is the shill. He's the diversion. He's the plant. Okay? And they've been using this guy going back to 99, apparently. When did these, I'm gonna do some research and find out when these interviews took place between Milton William Cooper and Alex Bill Hicks Jones. Okay, because that's pertinent to what's going on now. How is it pertinent as to what's going on now? We have a mirror image of what went on with Alex Jones and Milton William Cooper. That's a mirror image of what Vocab Malone is doing right now. And all of them, okay, Vocab, see, William Cooper was bringing out that truth. They had to put him down. They made a concerted effort to discredit him right before they put him down. What is Vocab doing? He's making a concerted effort to discredit us right before what? They're using Alex Jones right now. Okay, Sandy Hook happened damn near 13 years ago. Or is it 10, 11? 10 years. Let's say 10 years. Sandy Hook happened 10 years ago. Why are they just putting this guy on trial now? Right? Why are they just putting him on trial right now? Right at this crucial time. All right? At this crucial time that the UN, United Nations, is going to war with the cunts. The tinfoil hatters, the cunts, conspiracy theorists, right? Well, who's part of that conspiracy theory circle. Who did they create? They created QAnon. Donald Trump and QAnon, right? They had to create. See, they're doing this. They're playing their long game. Remember when that started? Q and Planet. What is it? Planet Pizza. Planet. What's the pizza place over there? The pizza shop, right? That whole thing. They started creating this thing a long time ago. And now we're seeing all the parts come together. All right? AJ is in it up to his neck. Alex Jones is in, going way back. When he got the interviews with William Cooper, it started way back then. That had to be in 2000 or 1999. All the way up to, what is that, 22 years? They've been working on this thing? Same guy, Alex Jones, going all the way back, dealing with William Cooper for what? To establish conspiracy, to discredit people telling the truth, and eventually be able to pass laws to take them down. What happened to Alex Jones with the so-called emails? Oh, his lawyer accidentally turns over all of his emails incriminating him. Now they throw the book at him. Now we can write legislation and use that court case to go against anybody they want to label a conspiracy theorist. 22 years. Okay? That's what they're using Alex for. It was one thing that they put him on trial for Sandy Hook 10 years later. See the long game? They put him on trial 10 years later. With those emails that took him down in the Sandy Hook case, they're saying, oh, we're sending those emails directly to the January 6th committee, tying him to Trump. See, because Trump and Alex Jones were in cahoots, let's say, right before January 6th. And AJ had everything to do with January 6th. Now they're bringing that and baking it into the pie. Because what happened at the Capitol building is a crime. People died, insurrection, all of these things, right? Terrorists, right? They made a big show out of that thing. That was a presentation, okay? And the biggest diversion ever. It is brilliant, really. Who's in the middle of it? Bill Hicks, the comedian. He's in the middle. He's baked into the whole thing. Who is he? He's the biggest cunt of all. He's been discredited. He's dangerous. Cunts are dangerous. Cunts are terrorists. Cunts can now be prosecuted for their cunts. Cunt conspiracy, if you don't understand what I'm saying. Well, you just keep saying cunt over and over. Read between the lines. Read between the legs, okay? They're taking his emails from the Sandy Hook trial that happened, what, 3 days ago? 4? Now they're taking that to Jan 6 committee, where they're going to take down Trump. Alex has already been scapegoated. All part of the plan, though. Why? They're attacking free speech. They're attacking the men of the Lord way out of the limelight. They pretty much prosecuted everybody that they're going to prosecute dealing with Jan 6. Okay? But that legislation, they're going to use that, right? They're going to marry those emails. It's all orchestrated. Okay? It's all orchestrated. All right, so I'm going to read an article here. Rolling Stone magazine. All right? If you don't know it, Rolling Stone magazine. Where does the term Rolling Stone come from? It comes from an old blues musician. I believe it was Robert Johnson, Gatemouth, one of these old brothers, old bluesmen, right? And then your boy Robert Zimmerman, who they call, I can never remember this guy's name. Damn, I can't remember his name. The folk singer. Forget his name all the time. Anyway, he wrote a song called Like a Rolling Stone. Bob Dylan. Okay? Zimmerman, so-called Small Hatter. Okay? He wrote a song Like a Rolling Stone. The demonic devils from England, the one that killed the brother up at the Altamont Pass, at the Altamont Raceway, Mick Jagger, and the Rolling Stones. It just keeps going on, and it's completely demonic. Rolling Stones wrote songs, Sympathy for the Devil. What? Okay. Should tell you everything. All right. All sorts of little things like that. Brown Sugar. What is Brown Sugar about? Read the lyrics to Brown Sugar. It's about slavery. Anyway, this magazine, Rolling Stone, August 3rd, I believe today's the 7th. Exclusive. January 6th committee prepares to subpoena Alex Jones text emails. Jones's lawyers in a Sandy Hook defamation case fumbled 3 years worth of texts and emails. The committee would like to know more about any contacts with Donald Trump's team regarding the January 6th Capitol attack. I have a question. The question is this. January 6th happened when? Was it 2000? 2020. Salaki. Was it 2020? I believe it was, right? Or was it 2021? Okay. Well, count back 3 years from 2020, 2017. That doesn't go back to Sandy Hook, does it? Not even close. Okay. How could, even if it was 3 years after Sandy Hook, Where's Donald Trump? There. It's not there. 3 years is 3 years ago. What has that got to do with Sandy Hook? Those emails? What has that got to do with Sandy Hook? Nothing. See, got you, devil, right there. 3 years ago goes back to, let's say, 2017. Okay? When did Trump become president? 2016? Beginning of 2017? Has nothing to do with Sandy Hook. So whatever is in Alex Jones' emails has nothing to do with Sandy Hook. Why are you just taking that, hey, they need it? And Alex Jones, let's read on. You see where this thing is going? It's clearly the devil baking a pie. You know, D'Angelo wrote a song about it, a slice of the devil's pie. Well, this is it. Jones's lawyers in a Sandy Hook defamation case fumbled 3 years worth of texts and emails. The committee would like to know more about any contacts with Donald Trump's team regarding the January 6th Capitol attack. Donald Trump's team didn't start until he became the president, long after Sandy Hook. Okay? It reads on. The January 6th House Committee is preparing to request the trove of Alex Jones' text messages and emails revealed Wednesday in a defamation lawsuit filed by the victims of the Sandy Hook massacre. There should be a limit. They should only be able to go back to the time around Sandy Hook. Not take something that has nothing to do with Sandy Hook and apply it to January 6th. That's how do you do that? Because he's in on it. It says, the Jan 6 House Committee is preparing to request a trove of Alex Jones' text messages and emails revealed Wednesday in a defamation lawsuit filed by the victims of Sandy Hook massacre, Rolling Stone has learned. On Wednesday, Sandy Hook victims' attorney Mark Bankston told Jones that his attorney had mistakenly sent Bankston 3 years' worth of the conspiracy theorists' emails and text messages copied from his home. You see how they insert these incriminating words? They gotta paint this guy as the biggest cunt of all while they're taking him down, to use that to go against who? Jan 6? No. They're not the problem. Jan 6 is not threatening the kingdom of Esau Edom. That would be us. That would be us shining light on the fact that Yahweh Shai and the angels are going to crack them clouds, and this devil has no recourse. That's what this is about. Now, a source familiar with the matter and another person briefed on it tell Rolling Stone that Jan 6 committee is preparing to request that data from the plaintiff attorneys in order to aid its investigation of the insurrection. You hear that? These internal deliberations among the committee, which is probing former President Donald Trump's role in causing the deadly Jan 6 Capitol riot, began with minutes of the lawyer's revelation being heard on the trial's live stream on Wednesday afternoon. You hear this language? Deadly insurrection. Okay? The T word is going to come up here in a minute. We already got the C word. You know what the C word is? You know what a C hair? Do you know what a proverbial C hair is? I was a C hair away from losing my life. The C word is cunt. Conspiracy. Jones has already featured prominently in the panel's investigation for his role in whipping up public support for the insurrection. Woo! Wait a minute. See how Bill Hicks, first thing he did was he besmirched William Cooper. Now he's doing this. This dude, they're using this guy. Been using him for a couple of decades. Jones has already featured prominently in the panel's investigation, that's Jan 6, for his role in whipping up public support for the insurrection and for his close ties to alleged conspirator Stuart Rose, the leader of the Oath Keepers militia. You see how what they're doing? What they're going to say. What is an Oath Keeper? They're going to tie these religious right God worshippers to us and say, well, these guys are Christian extremists too, Christian radicals too. Kill this fucking mosquito before he jumps in. Jones frequently hosted Rhodes as a guest on his InfoWars channel, and his militia provided security for the Texas-based conspiracist. See, same thing he did to Bill Cooper. All you got to do is interview them, tie them to you, besmirch them. This is what this guy is a shill for. All right. The committee initially subpoenaed Jones in November 2021 and asked him to turn over documents and participate in a deposition. Jones, according to a letter sent by the committee, was initially told by the White House on January 3rd, 2021, that he was to lead a march to the Capitol. Wow, let me read that again. Jones, according to a letter sent by the committee, was initially told by the White House, that's Donald Trump, on January 3rd, 2021, that he was to lead a march to the Capitol where President Trump would meet with protesters. You see the incrimination? You see how this is very craftily. Hey, I gotta bring out a precept. I haven't brought one out, so. Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God hath made. That's all I'm gonna read. Okay? This serpent is more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord power had made. It's unclear what specifically the committee will be looking for in the Jones communications, but attorneys for the Sandy Hook plaintiffs have accused the InfoWars host of intentionally withholding relevant communications about the Sandy Hook shooting and lying about having conducted a search for them. A committee spokesman declined to comment. What has Sandy Hook got to do with Jan 6? One thing, Alex Jones, but you can't take Sandy Hook and inject it into Jan 6. Well, he lied over here, so now we could jump into a whole different trial and call him a liar. Crazy. It's unclear what. Oh, okay, I read that. Okay. It says the documents were turned over after Jones' attorney did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protected in any way, and as of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my possession. Wow. Bankston told Jones in court Wednesday, "That is how I know you lied to me." He checked him too. He goes, "You do understand what the word perjury means, Mr. Jones?" And Alex was playing an awesome role. You go back and watch that footage. I'm going to try to put it in the video tomorrow. I got to do some research and find these things because Alex was playing his role. I watched Red Dawn last night, the '84, and the acting was terrible. Okay, you would have thought that Swayze could actually act, right? After Dirty Dancing, he had Baby. What's her name? Uh, Square Pegs. I forget her name. Jennifer Grey. Patrick Swayze, both starred in Dirty Dancing, which was a lot better. You watch Red Dawn, it's so old, you're like, what the fuck is this? The new Red Dawn was a little better. I was looking for hints of knowing, right? In the first Red Dawn, it was Ivan, and then they had like Nicaragua and Cuba and these South American countries all over here. And China, in '84, China was on the side of Babylon, which was weird. And then they switched it on the new one, which I believe was like 2013, Red Dawn. They changed it to Kim Jong-un. It was largely about him and the North Koreans, which is a province of China, if you will. So, never know what this devil is up to while trying to connect the dots. Is that it? That looks like it's it. So let me read that last part again. It goes, the documents were turned over after Jones' attorney did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protected in any way, and as of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my, just dropped out of the sky. All right? That is how I know you lied to me. It just, all that information just dropped out of the sky. It has nothing to do, if it's only 3 years ago, has nothing to do with Sandy Hook or the Sandy Hook trial. But it was handed to me. Now I get to just dance it over to Jan 6, which should be against the law. But watch, nobody's going to say shit. And then they're going to tie this whole thing together. Jones was working with Trump on an insurrection where they went over and killed people as terrorists. Let's pass some laws. Free speech on some cunt behavior, conspiracy behavior, guns, gun control. First and Second Amendment, we're going after. Who else are we going after? All right, so expect, okay, now simultaneously you got vocab saying Where's that shit? Salaki, bear with me. Vocab's title to this particular video bear with me. I suddenly can't find it. Okay, this is Vocab Alone channel. If you're into Hebrew Israelism, you're probably into conspiracy theories. See how he's trying to tie it in? See? Vocab, John Mark Reiser, is the new Bill Hicks. Just like they hired Bill Hicks to play a whole different role, Alex Jones, and go in, discredit people to eventually be able to set them up and incriminate them. That's what this dude is doing. It's probably the same people that hired John Mark Reiser and changed his name to Vocab Malone. Probably the same people that hired Bill Hicks and changed his name to Alex Jones. Because people are listening to so-called Vocab Malone. Vocab is kind of famous, see? He's gaining fame. And that's not by accident, right? They could push. See, Vocab is building a documentary, right? And they're getting all of their ducks in a row right now. Okay? This last one, tying Alex Jones to January 6th, that's huge. That's not small potatoes. All right? They just took him down $4.1 million. It's not even about the money, it's about the court case to pass legislation and then have something on the books to come after us. Now, tying him, that was Sandy Hook. He only lost Sandy Hook so far. Putting it on the books. Putting what on the books? Cunts. Oh, well, that's defamation. You said you lied. You lied, and then they got him saying, "Oh, it was 100%. It was 100% real." I'm like, nigga, nigga, come on. You serious right now? We see this whole thing. The men of the Lord, we see exactly what's going on. Now, yesterday, I was out here. I didn't have this piece of the puzzle. I didn't have the Jan 6 connection yet, which came out on Friday, I believe. They're going to take those records of his emails that dropped into the attorney's lap out of the clear blue sky, and they're going to give them to a whole nother case that ties them all together in some real trouble. That ain't good trouble right there. Good trouble, right? That's trouble, right? Trouble funk up in this motherfucker. January 6th is a shit show. You could never get niggas to attack the Capitol. Niggas know better than that. How did they get Esau to do it? It was either staged, or and you could rally Esau and be like, hey, remember the Alamo ass shit, right? And these patriotic motherfuckers will do some stupid shit like that, right? And it was all set up. They were like this. The cops were like this. Stand your ground. Let them in. Right? Made it look like some Revolutionary War type shit. Or Civil War. Some old Civil War shit. I'm surprised they didn't have the little cannons with the wheels running them. And you know how they do them, reenactment? Civil War reenactment? That's what it looked like. Niggas was carrying flags and rushing. Bull rush. It looked like that. Smoking shit. Grenades. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, and now they got a case. Against who? Not them. That case is against us. Okay? It's against cunts. All right? And according to Esau, who are the biggest cunts out there? According to Mark Reiser, and this is the biggest conspiracy theory of them all. Their identity was stolen. Nigga, that ain't no conspiracy. Let's get that. Let's get that. Let's see if it's a conspiracy. If I can find it. Jeremiah 17:4. Let's see if identity theft in 2022 or in 1948 or way before that. What was it, the 6th century? Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave. What is the heritage that he gave us? The children of Israel, being Israelites. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Let's look at a couple of different versions of that. Jeremiah 17:4. Heritage, inheritance, heritage. What is your heritage? NLT, the wonderful possession I have reserved for you what? Being God's chosen people. Uh, uh, what is it? Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Salaki. The wonderful possession I have reserved for you will slip from your hands. And you yourself will relinquish the inheritance that I gave you. That's plain. Let go of your inheritance. Relinquish your inheritance. Discontinue from thy heritage. Right here it says, Contemporary English Version, you will lose the land that I gave you, and I will make you slaves in a foreign country. The land that he gave us is the name Israel. Okay? And I'll read this. Okay? The land. It's a people before it's a place. How about that? That's one. Let's read 2nd Ezra 13. Here's a little comparison. This is 2nd Ezra 13 and 33. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. What does that mean? Every man in their own land. Does that mean that they're going to be fighting each other on the battlefield in the countries that they live in? Okay. No, they're going to be fighting each other in the valley of Jehoshaphat or wherever that front may be, right, for the country that they belong to. Okay, that's just how it reads. It's speaking of the land, but it says land, but it's speaking of the people of that land. The French, the Italians, okay? The Israelites, not Israel, the land. Okay? That's how the Bible reads. Right? So, did we lose our identity? We did. That's not a conspiracy theory. It's coming out of the Holy Bible. The Most High said, you will lose the land that I gave you. Land meaning name, Israel. The land's name is Israel, and we are the Israelites. We lost the land and our heritage. And thou shalt be left stripped of thy inheritance which I gave you. You will have to give up the land I gave you. Not only did we get chased out in 70 AD, right? And when the I mean, we've been getting pulled out of it. The Babylonians took us up out of there, right? It's happened on more than one occasion. I'm looking for a different word, but it just keeps saying inheritance. You know what? I'm gonna have to look that word up. Heritage, 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 inheritance. Let's go to Jeremiah 17 and 4. Salaki, bear with me. We're slow walking. from thine heritage phrase. Inheritance, heritage, saying basically the same thing. Let's look at outline. Portion, share, property, possession. Let's see. Property. An inheritance received from fathers. That is in line with being the chosen people, being Israelites. Okay, that is not a stretch. It says, the especial possession of Jehovah, or the especial possession of Yahweh. Now let's read after that. Okay? The special possession of the Most High. Now, line upon line and precept upon precept, we'll read Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Who is his special possession? Thou, not the land. Deuteronomy 7 and 6, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Let me get that right here in Bible Hub. Salakia. Okay, New Living Translation. For you are a holy people who belong to the Lord your God. What does it mean to belong? It means you're a possession. Your possessions belong to you. All right? See if we can find the word possession. There it is. Berean Study Bible. For you are a people holy to the Lord your power. The Lord your power has chosen you to be a people for his prized possession. Okay? Your inheritance is to be the prized possession of the Most High. That's your inheritance. You inherit that through your family line. Okay? Your name, your nationality, including your land. That word, possession. It says, New American Standard, for you are a holy people to the Lord your God. The Lord your God hath chosen you to be a people for his personal possession out of all the people who are on the face of the earth, the only ones. You're the Most High, the apple of his eye, his prized possession. It says, the Lord your God has chosen you out of all people on the face of the earth to be a people for his own possession. That is his very special treasure, Amplified Bible. Okay? Chosen you to be his own possession. His own possession, for his own possession above all people. Okay? Peculiar people. All right, now let me go back. See if I could go back to Blue Letter. Where was that at? Was it that? No. It says, also possession domain. It says taking possession. This goes to Nahala. Nahala. Nahala Strong says what? Properly, something inherited. So inheritance goes to possession. All right? And that reads, and thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage. That word heritage, H5159, right? Heritage something inherited, occupancy, an heirloom, generally an estate, heritage, to inherit, inheritance, possession. Okay? Your inheritance is your possession. If I inherited my mom's gold watch, okay, it is now my possession. Who is the Most High's possession? Is it the land of Israel? No. His possession, pursuant to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, is the nation of Israel. All right? And we just proved that. Possession. So it's clear, all right? Our heritage was stolen. At no time did the Most High say, well, look, because you fucked up Israel, I'm going to bring in somebody else. He never said that. He said, I'm going to give you your inheritance back. Okay? Let's see if I can find them. that? Two flies fighting in my face. Let's go on to 14. Let's see. That's talking about the land. I don't want to fuck people all the way up. And they shall be they shall call on my name, and I will be their God, and they shall be. Is that in Amos? Let me see, Amos 9 and 11, or is it in Zechariah? That's the land. Let's try Zechariah 13 real quick. Bear with me. 13 and 8. All right, this is Zechariah 13 and 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, not lo of me. See, there was a time when we lost our heritage, when he turned his back on us. And now he's saying, after I put you through hell and back, then I'm going to restore you to your natural place on the throne. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. That's just one of the instances. All right, I'm not going to go any further into it. Let me look at this real quick. Salaki. So yeah, it's not a conspiracy theory that our identity was stolen. All right, we're still those people. We always have been those people, and the prophecies, the Salakia, the curses, all right, bear that out. And nobody can change that vocab, hocab. So anyway, doesn't matter what you do. All right, you devils are going down. Let's get Matthew. You know what? It's in Luke too. I forgot what it was. So I could bear with me. This is Matthew 24 and 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. All right? That's going to go down as a result of John Mark Reiser's dirty work. It's locked. Right past 19, didn't it? How did that happen? 24. It's 10, 18. This is Matthew 10. Shalakia. And 19. Start at 16. Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Right? Be ye therefore wise as serpents, wiser than Reiser the serpent, and harmless as doves. But beware of men, John Mark Reiser, For they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogue. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But here's the point, all right, and then we're going to close. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. All right? That's the point. The point is, all right, when they deliver you up, pursuant to Revelation chapter 2, what does it tell you to do? Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. When they grab you up, fear none of those things. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful until death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So they're coming. All right? Back to the point. They're coming. We see you coming from a long way off. All right, but the end is not yet. Jacob's trouble, a lot of people got to be put to death. A lot of bad shit got to go down. Okay? The worst time ever on the face of the earth. All right? But through the comfort, through the knowing and the comfort of the scriptures, we're going to be able to pull through. All right? If it be the Lord's will. So with that, we're going to say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim HaKadosh. Double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops, GMS, including the elder that came before them, that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, shalom.